The next president must be proud of America, willing to laugh at the lunatic fringe pushing the theory of global warming, courageous enough to take on the big bankers and the dictatorial enemies of freedom that are challenging us in every corner of the world. The next president must do nothing less than restore America to its position as the supreme military and financial power in the world. The American people have been kept in the dark about what I'm going to reveal to you in this book. They've been fed an endless stream of lies. They've had to endure out-and-out thievery by the government at their expense. They've had to stand by while the administration revealed its absolutely corrupt character because the press kept its mouth shut. Because of this, there is still the possibility that Barack Obama will be re-elected. You heard me. Call it communism, Marxism, Leninism, socialism, collectivism, call it whatever you like. If we don't wake up to the reality of this situation, we face another 4 years of this administration, of the takeover of our country by agents of the very enemy that we've been fighting against for more than half a century. We need to nominate and support the most electable Republican in the field, because an Obama victory in 2012 would doom this country. I mean that literally. We will very likely not survive as a free nation after 4 more years under Obama's rule. It's never been more important that we vote a sitting president out of office. I'm going to explain why as I tell you what the next president of the United States must do to reverse the damage Obama has done. If the man chosen by Republicans to run against Barack Obama will follow the battle plan I outline here, explain to the American people that this is what he's going to do when he's elected, we will be able to save our nation from the most insidious and subversive administration in our history. Returning American foreign policy to a position of strength. I've told the 10 million listeners to the Savage Nation radio broadcasts that the Obama foreign policy has been one of appeasing Islamist dictators and bowing to the Chinese and the Russians. Let me start with Russia. In 2009, Obama gave in to Russia when he abandoned the idea of installing U.S. missile defense sites in Poland and the Czech Republic that were meant to protect our European and Eastern European allies against Iranian nuclear missile strikes. It was part of his Russian reset. Russia rewarded Obama by threatening to aim its missiles at U.S. European-based missile defense systems and to withdraw from the new START nuclear weapons treaty it has with the United States. You remember START, right? Obama promised to give up much of our nuclear weapons advantage over the Russians in the naive interest of eliminating nuclear weapons from the world. The Obama strategy has been one of capitulation to despots around the world. His failure to stand up to the Russians puts the U.S. in greater and greater danger, not just of losing our own weapons advantage, but of putting our European allies at risk. The next president of the United States must stand up to Russia. Go ahead with the installation of missile defense sites in Poland and the Czech Republic, while assuring former Soviet bloc countries that we will stand with them against possible Russian aggression. China is not far behind Russia in challenging the United States. Did you know that Chinese President Hu Jintao has directed the Chinese Navy to prepare for military combat? Hu's militant stance is based on China's claim that it owns the South China Sea, and that other nations need to give up any claims to the oil and gas reserves there and to the right to use its shipping lanes without Chinese consent. Do you know what our administration's response was? The Pentagon called for transparency on China's part as the communist nation builds up its navy. Spokesman George Little talked about the relationship that the U.S. is continuing to build with the Chinese military. Are you as appalled as I am at the lack of backbone displayed over and over again by our state and defense departments in the face of China's ongoing military buildup? The next president must proclaim publicly to the Chinese that the South China Sea represents international waters and that we will not tolerate any attempts on China's part to assert itself militarily there. The next president must actively seek the cooperation of countries bordering the South China Sea and of India and Japan in standing up to the Chinese communists on this issue.